All right. Hello, everyone. Thanks for hopping on with us tonight. It has been a crazy month of September, and we have not Zoomed all month because we've been doing the September to Remember group with Jade Hooper, which some of you are a part of. And some of you started off being a part of and very quickly did not complete that step, which is okay because every day is fresh in the business. And I love that with this business, we literally get to relaunch our own businesses every single day. So as Jamie just stated, I tried the keto coffee today, you guys, for the first time, and it was good. But I'm also somebody who doesn't I like sweet drinks. Like I will go to Starbucks and I will totally get like a Java Trip Frappuccino. So I like them, but I can also get away with just cream in my coffee. I don't need the sugar. Now, there's some people that need the sugar but no cream. If you're one of those people that needs the sugar but no cream, you're probably going to hate the coffee. But you can always add sugar to the keto coffee. I would recommend adding like a healthy sweetener or something like that. But anyway, it was so good, and I cannot wait for all of you to get your samples and to get them in. And one of the things I'm doing is I ordered a bunch and I'm going to send them out to my loyal customers, and I'm sending them out to people that are potential customers that have messaged me and said, hey, I really want to try this coffee. So good recommendation there. So what's tonight about? Tonight's about you. I just want to connect with you guys. I want to find out what's going on with you guys. I want to find out how your September has been. I want to find out what's good, what's not working, what questions you have, what are your struggles. But really, I kind of just want to talk to some of you one-on-one individually. And this is going to be a total open forum. If you have a question or you would like to participate, just go ahead and raise your hand. Do you guys know, does everybody know how to do the raise your hand thing on your Zoom? You can just do the little raise your hand button and I will find you. But we've got a couple of amazing people on here that I want to hear from tonight that I definitely want some input from. We got Presidential Diamond Jamie Hughes. We have Triple Diamond Tiffany Mojica. Let's see. I'm searching. Do we have anybody else on here? Anybody else that I may or may not want to call out? I think Tiffany and Jamie. I think you guys are it for now. So we'll just have to see as the time goes on. I just want to talk to you guys for just a second, and I'm totally going to let Tiffany and Jamie hop in on this. But like I was just saying, we started the September to Remember page, and there were quite a few people who were really excited about doing this, not only this 90-day run, but this 30-day burst, right? This 30-day burst with number 5 money earner Jade Hooper. And you guys, Jade has been offered thousands of dollars for an hour of training with her, just one-on-one. And I can say that I would personally pay a lot of money to do a one-on-one training with Jade Hooper, but she's so amazing because she offers all of her stuff. She does all these these YouTube videos, and she's just very transparent on her social media. And she has, just because she and Chad and Jaree have such an amazing relationship, they've partnered together, and she has made a lot of her training available to us. So many people started off super, super excited about that. And they started off strong. Ooh, what is that? Hold on, Jamie. I'm going to mute you and see if that goes away. Is that so good? And then we burn out really, really quickly, right? How many of you feel like you started off strong and then within a week or two just totally fizzled? Honesty is the best policy. Always. So, yeah, and I totally understand that. And it's really hard to keep focused for an extended period of time, which is one of the reasons why we do these 30-day bursts or these 90-day runs, because even trying to stay focused for that amount of time is hard. So we got most of the way through September. Some of you are still kicking. Some of you are long gone. And then we put out, okay, we're going to do this Go Ruby Bootcamp and this Go Diamond Bootcamp. And you have to put in your applications in order to actually be a part of these groups. And I am so excited about these groups. But how many of you turned in an application to be a part of those groups? Some of you did. And if you didn't, I want to know why. And I think that's a really good question. So Jamie, Tiffany, Tiffany, how many applications did you get from your team for one of the Go Ruby or Go Diamond boot camp?
I had for the Ruby, I had 3 serious.
Mm-hmm. Jamie, how many did you have?
I had 5 for the Ruby and 0 for the Diamond.
Yeah, I had about 20 total. 15 that really truly got submitted because we want people, and we put out the stipulations for those beforehand. So yeah, you guys think those numbers are kind of low?
I think it's crazy how low they are.
Yeah. So I want to hear from you as leaders, but I also want to hear from some of you who didn't submit an application. Why do you guys think that people didn't submit an application to work with some of our top money earners and ambassadors to really focus and take their business to a successful level? Kelly says it's fear. So who of you that did not submit an application wants to chat with me one-on-one for a minute? I'm not going to call any of you out, but I will ask you to raise your hand. Anybody? Anybody want to raise your hand? Adina, are you raising your hand? Okay, Adina wants to chat with us. Hi, I unmuted you. Okay, Adina, so you did not submit an application. Okay.
No, I didn't.
Tell me why you did not submit an application.
I actually just told Chad this morning or this afternoon. I kind of found out on Wednesday during the Bible study that I really got into this place of settling. I was like, I'm executive and it's helping us and it's good and I don't think I can be Ruby. And I mean, can I be Ruby? Can I be Diamond? Like, that's just crazy. And then with ministry and life and just my oldest daughter is grade 1 and it's just like, when do I have the time? Because I'm always crying, like I don't have time to spend with my husband. And it's like, oh, when? And I feel like I've been in this group, September to Remember, and I've done, I think, a week of it. And then everything was just like so crazy. I got behind, and then how do you catch up? And then trying to focus on, October and then November. I want to, but I don't want to be disappointed that I'm not going to be able to follow through. Like I kind of missed out on September.
Mm-hmm. So do you feel like because you didn't follow through on the September to Remember that you just weren't really capable or worthy to even submit an application to be in the Go Ruby Bootcamp?
Totally.
Why? Why do you think you feel like that?
I don't know.
Okay, Tiffany and Jamie, transparency moment.
I have something to say.
Okay, but I have a question for you first.
Okay.
How many of the are you completely caught up in September to Remember? Like you're totally rocking it. You're doing all your videos and you're messaging all the people you've been supposed to be messaging according to Jade's calendar.
Nope. Yeah. I'm like 3 weeks behind.
I'm about 3 weeks behind too. Tiffany, what about you?
Yeah, about the same.
So we are totally failing. Like totally failing. How does that make you feel, Adina?
I don't know, a little better.
The thing is we're not failing. We're still working. We're still doing what we do. We're still sharing, whether it is on social media, whether it's belly to belly. Just because you have that right in front of you, don't let that discourage you. Like, as long as when you go to bed at night and you know that you did what you could do for the day, you are not failing. You are not failing at all. Those are suggestions and those are things to help you grow and help guide you on what to do. But that's not That's not, there's no like that written law that how you have to work your business.
When I saw the schedule that Jade put out, I'll be honest, my first thought was, I can't do that. And then I thought, I'm not going to say I can't do it. I'm going to try to do it. I'm going to do as much as I possibly can. And just threw that can't out. And I didn't get all of it done. I finally signed a loyal customer. And it was a big one. But you guys, I'm really no different than you guys. Like, you know, I hadn't signed anybody all the way up until yesterday. Finally, somebody said yes. And the group did for me this month is it did make me message a lot more people. Mm-hmm. So, you know, and I'm, you know, it got me going. But I was gonna say today, I think one of my biggest parts of anxiety that I have is I wake up in the morning, you guys, and everyone else is like in the middle of their day when I wake up in the morning because I'm on Alaska time. So my phone literally will have 100 messages in one chat group. Like we have a chat group with Chad and Jury's triples and above. And they start talking at like 2 a.m. my time. It's crazy. And I'm by the time I get up in the morning at 6, like I can't catch up. And I'm like scrambling. And so then my day is just like, I feel like it's not gonna, I'm not gonna get anything done because I can't even catch up in the first hour of the morning. So I gotta get over that. That's my own personal, gotta figure that one out. I told Noelle I think I would live better on East Coast time. But since I don't, I have to figure out Alaska time.
I told her she could live on East Coast time. She would just have to move. And that would not be an unfortunate thing.
No.
So, Adina, do you feel like you joined September to Remember and you felt like you were failing? Do you feel like you disconnected a little bit because you felt like you were failing?
Totally. Yeah.
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 So what happens when you disconnect? Do things get better or do things get worse?
Definitely worse.
Yeah. I think that isolation is the most dangerous place to be. And I think that when we start telling ourselves that we're not good enough or that we're failing or that we're just not smart enough or, you know, we're not having enough yeses or our business isn't growing fast enough, we're not promoting fast enough, our check isn't big enough, all of these things, and some of these things we might even be hearing from our own spouses. We put ourselves in a place of, well, I'm not good enough, so I'm just not going to show up. I'm not going to show up to Zooms. I'm not going to show up to calls. I'm not going to show up to team parties. I'm not going to go live because I'm not good enough to be on Facebook Live. Nobody wants to talk to me, right? We start telling ourselves all of these things, and it completely puts us at a standstill. It's like locking yourself in a private room and be like, okay, nobody can see me now. And if nobody can see me, then I'm going to feel like less of a failure. But really, you still feel like a failure. And now you're completely isolated from the people who care about you and want to see you succeed. Does anybody else feel like that? Yeah. I know, and I don't know about you, Tiffany and Jamie, one of the things I see often is people will disappear, right? And if I reach out to them, you know, a month, 2 months, 6 months later, they're like, well, you never reached out to me and I had this going on and this going on and this going on. I'm like, well, I didn't know that you had that going on, you know? Well, my dad was in the hospital. I didn't know your dad was in the hospital. You know, I got kidney stones. I was in the hospital for 5 days and, you know, this happened to my kid and my husband got sick and blah, blah, blah. Well, I didn't know. Like, I think one of the biggest defenses and, you know, just something else that can often be used as a scapegoat in this business is something happens, and instead of telling the people that are there to be your support system, instead of doing life with these people that you signed up to do life with, you just decide to go do it on your own because you've been on your own for so long and you don't think that that person actually cares about you, right? You're like, so they don't really need to know. But I mean, like me, like the people I sponsor, like I see a handful of the people that I've sponsored on here. I see Casey, I see Kristen, like I care about you guys. Like I genuinely care about you. And when you disappear, it really hurts my heart. And I hope that you come back, and I hope that you know, it's not like you guys have disappeared, but I'm, you know, people I've sponsored, like I'm just saying, like when you disappear on me, and it's like, okay, like I hope you'll come back, but you have to come back and you have to show up, you know? It's really hard to do this business alone. You know, have any of you tried to do this business alone, or any of you currently stuck in a place where you're doing this business alone? Yeah, quite a few of you. It's not fun. Tiffany's all alone. She's all alone there in Arizona. Like, Tiffany, how do you deal with that? Like you are, I mean, you moved to a brand new place where you didn't know anybody, and you don't even have an option to go to like local gatherings. You are the local gathering.
Or I go to Phoenix.
Which is a really long way away.
Or Yuma, which is like 6 hours away. I just have to get out there and make it happen. You know, I just truly have to get out there and just talk to people and share. And yes, we were jumping. And just do what I did in the beginning when I was in Virginia, brand new when I started. You know, so
we was jumping.
Okay, where's Jennifer Bland? I'm gonna find you. Jennifer, where are you? I'm gonna find you. And then Kelly, I just see your raised hand. I don't see Jennifer. Jennifer, unmute yourself, honey. I can't find you. I don't see her. Jamie, do you see Jennifer Bland?
I'm here. There
you are. You're right at the top. Okay. Oh, Kelly, you're good. Okay, never mind. Okay, Jennifer, I have a question. Jennifer said,
Sure.
I think it might be embarrassing to some to open up about the life that's happening. Talk to me about that.
Well, I feel because I'm still struggling with the finances in my family due to we're on food stamps and on fixed income, that sometimes people can't relate to that.
Okay. Let's take a poll. Who on this Zoom is struggling financially? About 95% of us. Yeah, and I could raise my hand because I don't have enough money in the bank to go buy a house like I would like to. So why do you think that you're alone in your financial struggles?
Mainly because I have to depend on so many other people for like transportation, even just to go to the store, because we haven't had a car for 5 years. My sister took our truck and went to the store one day 5 years ago and ended up in a head-on collision. And since then, we haven't been able to afford a car. And God has a plan for us to get a car. It's just a matter of what hoops we're going to have to go through and what struggles we're going to have to go through to get to that point. And I keep on telling my sister that the main reason we don't have one right now is there's no money to afford one. You have to have money to pay the car note, maintenance, gas, you know, whatever, tires, whatever you want to have a car. And there's a lot of responsibility with that.
About 80% of the people that I talk to that are potential.
I'm outside.
Oh my, somebody's outside. No, it is. Hold on. Mari, babe, you're unmuted and I cannot mute you. So you're gonna have to mute yourself. I don't know how you're unmuted, but you're unmuted. There you go. You muted yourself. So Jennifer, about 80% of the people that I talk to who are potential distributors are in your shoes. You know that, right?
Right.
Okay. So if most
Yeah, I
people,
realize that.
most people live on about 120% of what they make, which means that most people
Right.
are in pretty significant debt. And a very large
That's
percentage
correct.
of people are on food stamps and are on government assistance. I have multiple people on my team who don't have a phone, but they use their phone through social media because they don't have actual phone, but they can talk through Facebook, and that's how I contact them. There are so many people in your shoes. So you need to embrace your story.
Right.
So how can you embrace your story, and how can you use your story to grow your business?
Jade,
I
you
think
first.
that with my story, I think if I've done a couple of whys on my story, and I've got one goal in specific. I want to make myself healthier with the products. I know that financially I'm going to have to wait until I get promoted to do that. I've got some products, but there's no way I can afford all the ones I want to be on. But I plan on, working towards all. And then the second goal is to make my sister's life and my life better, because living on food stamps is not a picnic. Uh, I'm listed as my sister's caregiver because she has 2 mental illnesses and she cannot work anymore. She was in 2008. She was attacked at her job and held at gunpoint for several hours and left on a deserted road.
Okay. So Jennifer, this
And
is
luckily,
about
she
you.
was able to get up. Right.
So
Well, that's part of my life is
I
taking
want
care
you
of
to
her.
I want you to tell me what's a never again in your life. What's a never again? Like I know that a lot of us have a never again in our life. Jamie or Tiffany, do either of you want to give an example
Well,
of a never again or Jennifer, do you want to share a never again for you?
I'd say never again that I would be to live with the only one income in my household.
Okay. So how are you sharing that on social
I want
media?
to be
And how are you sharing that with people that you meet out and about?
I tell them my goals in regards to what I want to accomplish with this by gaining, ground and promotions with the company. That I want to be able to get another vehicle. I want to be able to get my bills all current. I want to get off of food stamps.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't want to go on food in the first place. I fought it very hard, but I realized there was no other way we were going to survive as far as food in the house.
Okay, so Jamie or Tiffany, which one of you wants to help Jennifer in how she can? I mean, I have things I can say, but I don't want to talk the whole time. So, which one of you wants to help with this? Jamie's trying to unmute, I think.
I didn't know if Tiffany was talking or not. You're muted if you were talking, Tiffany. Okay. What was I gonna say? If you will talk, like Noelle said, you're never again. I don't know what my never again. I've been thinking about that. Other than I will never again live in an unfinished house that I have to build a fire every 3 hours or keep a fire going every 3 hours and take care of frozen pipes and have water delivered to my house just to take showers, flush the toilet, and do laundry.
Mm-hmm.
I lived like that for 14 years and that's my never again, I guess. But I don't really know how that would relate to anybody. Most people don't live in the bush of Alaska, the majority of the world. But as far as how you can use your story, there's so many people. I talk to so many people who don't have transportation, or they tell me, I was just talking to one lady. She's like, well, I only have 300 people in my town. And I was like, that's awesome. That's 300 potential people that want to buy wraps from you. So I think you just need to switch the way you look at your situation. There's so many people in your situation that want out, just like you. And you need to just start talking about, I am going to make an extra $500 a month. I'm telling people I'm going to do this, you know, by, you know, you can put a date on it, or you can just start saying, I'm going to.
So Jennifer, I have a question. How old are you? If I can ask that.
Go ahead. I'm 56.
Okay. So do you think that most of your friends and your age group are on social media?
Yeah.
Okay. But they're not really on social media. They're on there to see their kids and their grandkids. They're not
Mostly.
on social media like we're on social media. So basically you have 35
Right.
and younger are on social media to like be on social media to see what's going on, and that's how they get their news and they're keeping up with their friends. Your age group is belly to belly. Okay, now what does that mean? That
Right.
means you're going to actually have to pick up the phone and call your girlfriends. And what are you going to do when you pick up the phone and call your girlfriends, or when you're out and about meeting people? I can't even tell you, most of the time I go to the grocery store, the person checking me out is over 50. What does that tell me? That person needs an extra income. That person did not plan ahead for their
That's
retirement.
true.
So you literally just have to get out there and be honest with people. When you can get out there and just tell people, look, how old did you say you are? 56, 54?
56.
56.
56.
I am 56 years old. I am sick and tired of not being able to pay my bills. I am sick and tired of relying on the government for food stamps and for assistance. And I am sick and tired of not having a retirement fund. And I am sick and tired of having to work this hard at this age. You need to be honest with people. You need to tell them exactly why you're frustrated, and they're going to relate to you. Stacy's on here. Where's Stacy? Stacy, you are in the exact same boat. How do you
Yes,
feel
ma'am.
about that, Stacy?
Well, it's true. I mean, it's people understand when you tell them. You're just sick of it, especially where I live. We live in coal mine country, and coal mines have turned around a little bit, but not very much. Like the economy here is still pretty crappy.
And Stacy, you are in the same situation where you're on food stamps. You have to go reapply for them, and
Yep.
you're not making enough money, and you're frustrated. And like, do you guys understand like how powerful it is to just get out there and get over yourself and share your struggles with people? Because if you're going to sit behind your computer and just pretend that your life is all hunky-dory and and just pretend like everything's okay, your business is never going to grow. Why do you think that Jade Hooper's business grew so drastically? Why do you think she's the number 5 money earner? Because she always goes back to where she came from. She always goes back to, I had $5 for the month to put gas in my car. I was hanging up sheets in my living room and turning my heat off when it was 30 degrees outside because we couldn't pay our electric bill. Like, this is how she lived. It's not fun, but that's how a lot of people live, and people can relate to your struggle. People don't relate to success. They relate to your struggle. So you literally have to get out there and you have to get over your pride and say, this is my life. Kind of sucks. And I'm going to change that. And people are going to be like, oh my gosh, she has a way to change that. They don't have a way to change that. You are their only hope. What if by you not sharing your struggle, you're keeping them in their struggle forever? How does that make you feel?
It would bother me if I couldn't find out somebody was struggling.
What if nobody had ever shared this opportunity with you?
I wouldn't have known about it.
And would you feel hopeless? Would you feel like you were just going to struggle forever?
I pretty much feel stuck.
Yeah. It's not a good feeling, is it?
No, it's not.
We've all been in that place of feeling
Yep.
really stuck. It's
Yep.
a terrible feeling. It messes with your relationships, with your spouse. It messes with your friendships. It messes with everything. And so
And it puts a strain on family relations too.
it really does. And so that's all we are, you guys. We're hope brokers. We're out there to be honest with people, to share our hearts with people, to be real and raw with people, and to say, look, I have a better way. And if people don't want to listen to you, and learn about this better way, well, then let them watch or let them walk away. But if they're going to continue to watch you, eventually they're going to join you. But, okay, so Jennifer, I want you to tell me right now that you are going to go be real with people. That you're going to go be honest with people. You're going to go share your heart. Can you do that?
Yeah, I can do that.
You're going to do that like when you're out, like somebody's checking you out at the grocery store and you can be like, oh my gosh, girl, like, you wouldn't say that because if you're talking to somebody your age, and I would not call them girl. That would just be but
Usually I just say hi. I don't go, hey girl.
hey girl. Oh my god.
I don't want them to think I'm making a pass at them or something.
But you can do that. And you say, you know what? I would love to take you for coffee.
Yeah. In fact, I gotta tell you, I can tell you one thing. This past week, I went to the bank to do some faxing, and I thought, this is a good opportunity. I've only been with this bank for a few months, and so I thought, well, it's a good way to get to know people. And the personal banker I was working with, I said, for all your assistance in helping me, I want to give you a coupon. And she kind of looked at me funny, and I said, it's a good coupon. It's something you can use. And I said, it'll help your health too. And she just kind of looked at me very strangely. So I pulled it out of my purse and gave it to her and said, it's called the Crazy Wrap. Have you heard of it? And she's like, yeah, there was a gal a couple months ago was in here talking about that. And I said, well, here's a $5 coupon. I said, all my information's on the back. And by the way, how many tellers are over there that are working? I said, I want to give each one of them a coupon. And so she said, that'd be great. And so me got up, took the coupons, and gave each one of the gals a coupon. And then as I was walking out, I saw the lady security guard, and I said, you get one too. And I said, thanks for protecting the bank. And she put a smile on her face, and she says, yeah, I've seen this before. She says, in fact, I saw you at the Walmart bank location a couple of weeks ago. I saw you wearing your shirt. So it's getting around. It's just slow. And I felt more confident by doing that in the bank, handing out the coupon and blitzing them and just kind of saying, you'll enjoy it. And I said, if you go ahead and give me a call, we can set up a wrap party and I'll give you a free wrap and maybe do a drawing amongst the people that come to the party. And everybody was pretty much into it. One of the ladies is the banker. She said she'll call me because she has my number. So,
and you got their numbers or got them on Facebook?
Yes, I did that.
Okay. So if you don't get their numbers or don't get them on Facebook, that's called half a blitz. You will get a call about 10% of the time, maybe 5% of the time. But if you get their information and compile them, then it's going to take that chance of signing them up to 50%. So that's great. Awesome. Well, thank you so much for sharing with us, Jennifer. Thanks for letting me call you out randomly.
No problem. No problem.
Okay. So how many of you guys are still sitting here thinking, a lot of you did not apply for the boot camps? And I just want to, we've kind of covered a lot of things, and really it's all about your self-worth, right? You don't feel like you are good enough to be an applicant for the boot camp maybe, or maybe you're just telling yourself, I can't do it because I know that I'm not going to be able to do the work. How many of you decided not to apply because you're like, I'm just not going to do the work?
I had a distributor tell me she couldn't apply because she wasn't 100% sure she could participate with everything.
It's totally honest.
I was like,
totally honest.
She's like, but I'm not going to stop working. I just have a lot going on right now. And like, okay.
Yeah. I love that. I think that's great. I think being honest with yourself is the first thing that needs to happen. And, overcommitting yourself is definitely a reality of just our world, right? We're constantly overcommitting ourselves. And so I think it's just a matter of figuring out what we can drop and really what your priorities are. Okay. Cheryl raised her hand. Where's Cheryl? I'm going to find you, Cheryl. Okay, Cheryl, talk to me for a second. Cheryl, did you apply for the boot camp?
No, I didn't. I live in Victoria, okay, Texas. They had one in Houston, and I passed on it to go to the one in San Antonio because I wanted to go on the Riverwalk too while I was there. But Hurricane Harvey came through, and it was like a week to 10 days after Harvey, and we had all kind of adjusters and FEMA and everything else out at our house, and that's the reason I didn't go. But I was really looking forward to going.
So Cheryl, we're actually talking about an online boot camp. So do you know what's going on with our Go Ruby and Go Diamond boot camps that were available to apply for with
I did apply for it.
Okay, so you did apply.
I'm doing it. I'm on the boot camp.
Awesome.
The Ruby.
Good.
I thought you meant the ones in person because I really wanted to go to the one in person. It was just in a really bad time.
Well, that's completely understandable. Well, good. Congratulations on getting into the boot camp. That's amazing.
Thank you.
Okay. So, guys, hard time getting new potentials on Facebook by Belly to Belly Sex. Anna, where are you?
I'm right here.
Hi, how are you?
Hi. I'm okay.
You guys, I want you to look at this beautiful girl right here. She's like laying in bed, probably with no makeup on, and she's still like drop dead gorgeous. She tells me that her social media isn't working, and her belly to belly sucks.
Mm-hmm.
See that first of all?
Look, I've gotten comfortable on camera. Okay, I can honestly say that I can probably do as many lives as you would need me to. I'm resting. I work graveyard tonight, so I'm just laying in bed resting before I have to get ready at 10. But honestly, like, I wear my gear and I freeze speaking to people. I cannot blitz anyone. If I counted my blitz cards, you guys, I could probably, I could hand them out in tens, and I would still have enough to still last me for next year. I have enough blitz cards, but I just can't. I'm shy. I'm shy when it comes to talking to people because I guess I am afraid that they'll throw it away or, whatever. And it's something that's really, it's the biggest thing that's stopping me. And I'm not even going to lie. I see a neighbor that I speak to pick up his mail and they get It Works. And I haven't even gotten myself to be like, hey, what products do you use? And I actually feel more comfortable approaching people who are already loyal customers and talking to them about the products and even helping them out if they're like, hey, the person I signed under doesn't answer me or doesn't this. And I'm more than happy to answer any questions that they would have. And I feel more comfortable doing that than getting my own loyal customers. So I don't know how to get over that. But I went for it. I'm ready to do whatever you guys ask of me. It's just the blitzing.
You have a fear of being told no. You have a fear of rejection, right?
Yeah.
You have a fear of failure because if you're blitzing somebody else's loyal customer, you can't fail, right? They're already a customer.
Yeah. And it's more like helping them with, like if they have a question on if they're taking it right, I'm more quick to be like, yeah, this is how you take it, or this is how I take it, and then just walking away from it because there's no pressure of them rejecting you. They're already set up, and it's just more of advice than it is anything else. And, I'm more afraid of approaching a new person that's probably never heard of it and just trying to get them on my side,
Okay, so I'm seeing a lot of people that are totally afraid of blitzing. They're totally afraid of being told no. They're totally afraid of hearing that they hated the products. So, Anna, what happens if you go and you hand out 5 blitz cards and all of the people throw them away?
Nothing.
Nothing. You just lost a couple cents.
Yeah.
So, does that hurt your feelings?
I know it shouldn't. A little bit of it kind of does. But I know that that's something that I have to get over because essentially I took the chance. It only took me 3 months to say yes. And I know that it takes, I mean, I was going to start with hair, skin, nails so I could stop biting my nails, you know? And I know a lot of people have customers that are like, whoa, I can't commit to $100 in 3 months for a product I can get at Walmart, which is essentially what I thought.
Mhm.
But I started using it. I mean, I don't know if you guys can see. Where's my camera? You probably can't see. But those are pretty gorgeous, even though I don't have them painted. And I used to bite them. They used to be horrible. And the way you commit to spending that much is knowing that it is going to change your life. So I guess with this talk, I can't be scared anymore. I carry Blitz cards with me all the time. So I think if I see someone, I'm just going to be like, hey, I lead with the business opportunity. And, you know, because I feel like saying, hey, I have something for you that could change your life business wise, people are more prone to look at it than saying, hey, I have a wrap to sell to you. And I think that's what I've been struggling with, wrapping around my head on how I could approach it differently than, hey, have you tried the wrap? Because people will say, yeah, I want to try the wrap, but then they don't want to pay the $25 for it.
Mhm.
And I've given away, I mean, last year I gave away over $200 in wraps.
Oh my gosh.
Just gave them away.
Don't do that.
Yeah.
So Jamie, actually,
Yeah.
Jamie's super shy. Or she's not shy. Jamie's an introvert. So I think that Jamie probably has something to share on this topic.
Yeah. So first of all, I'm going to back up just a little bit for what Jennifer was saying about people needing this, or we were telling her that, you know, people need this business. I didn't know I needed this business. I was looking for a health product, something to better my health with. I didn't know, I mean, I wasn't extremely happy with life. I wasn't extremely not happy. Like I was just kind of coasting, you know. We had just moved to a new town, so I was kind of thinking, you know, I don't know. I had no big goals. I had no big dreams. I didn't have a family of friends. Like I didn't have any friends, really. Any friends that I did have, I could count them on my hand, and they were all 10 to 20 years older than me. Like that was my life. I didn't know anything different. So I didn't know I needed something more. So my point is, when I found this business, or more this business found me, I realized that there was so much more to life, and that there were people out there that wanted more for themselves and wanted more for me, even though they didn't know me. Like they wanted me to think bigger and dream bigger. Okay, so back to blitzing. I care very much about what people think of me. And this is something that I've struggled with for a long time, and something that I'm still working on, getting over myself. Who cares what they think of me? I mean, if they say no and think I'm crazy, well, I probably won't go back to that cash register next time. You know, I'll go to a different one. But it's taken 4.5 years to like develop that. You know, some people it'll be a lot faster. And I wish it had been faster for me. This is just my journey. It's where I am. So now when I'm out talking to people, I can think to myself, you know, I didn't know that there was anything better. It took somebody showing me that there was something better. So I need to show people that there is a better way, you know, or they just won't know. I think Chad says, what is it that he says? What you don't know can hurt you. Is that what it is?
Yep. What you don't know can hurt you.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you don't know that that's an electric fence and you go touch it, well, you're going to get fried. Right? Yeah. I have a question. I want every single one of you to use the option on your Zoom. How many of you have had your life changed in some way, shape, or form with this business, or because of this business, or because of a person in this business? Whether it be the friendships, the fun, the freedom, the faith, the finances, all of the F-bombs we always use. Pretty much all of you. You've all had your life changed in some way, shape, or form because of this business. When I'm out talking to people and meeting people on social media, that's what I think about. I think about how drastically my life has changed and how drastically some of my team members' lives have changed. And then I think that could be the next person whose life gets drastically changed if they say yes. That's the only thing that matters. You guys, when you're out blitzing, quote unquote, which we'll talk about in a second, all you're thinking about is yourself. This is not about you. This has nothing to do with you. This has everything to do with the other person. You are a messenger. If they say no to your Blitz card, move on. Go offer it to somebody else. I meet people all the time, and I'm like, I met a guy in Chick-fil-A while we were driving to Nashville. He was in, where were we? We were in Kentucky. We were in Louisville, Kentucky. I met this amazing man in Chick-fil-A, and I got his phone number. I asked him, I wanted to get him on Facebook, and I asked him because he was a little bit older. I said, what's a better method of communication for you, your phone or Facebook? And he said, definitely my phone. So I got his phone number. I texted him as soon as we left there. We started talking, and I let him know, and he was like, well, what is this all about? And I want to get him on an opportunity call, and I want to get him on the phone with Chad, which I will. But I was real upfront with him, and I said, you know what? This business took my family from struggling paycheck to paycheck to just needing an extra $500 a month to an extra 6 figures a year. That's how it's changed my family. What could that extra $500 a month do for your family? And he's like, that would be amazing. Okay? Like, if he were to said, no, I'm good, thanks. I don't need any extra money. Okay, that's fine. I'm going to go talk to somebody else. Not a big deal. But what if I hadn't talked to him and he's struggling and he's about to foreclose on his house and I kept my mouth shut? This is not about me. This is not about you. Do you guys get that? So many of you are afraid to blitz. Take blitzing completely out of your vocabulary. Blitzing is not a thing. This is sharing. Just like when you go to a movie and you love the movie and you're like, oh my gosh, best movie ever. You're posting about it on Facebook. You're calling your girlfriends. Oh my gosh, just went and saw this movie. We need to go back and see it together. It has this actor and this actor and this actor, and you love it. Guys, you're sharing what you love, but this is even better. When you come across a killer coupon for Christmas presents or whatever, you're calling all your girlfriends. You're like, oh my gosh, you got to go shop here. Here's where you get the coupon. This is where you're going to get the discount. And you're sharing that opportunity to save money and to enhance your friends' lives. Why can't you do that with your business? Do you get that? Do you get that if you're not sharing this with people, that you're keeping something from them? Do you guys understand that? I think that's where getting to events is really going to change things for you, because until you get that in your head, your business isn't really going to move. That's why when I meet somebody who's like, oh yeah, I tried that, it didn't work, I can be like, really? Are you sure? How many wraps did you use? Did you drink your water? Can you show me your pictures? Oh yeah, that's what I thought. You should try it again because it works. Because I know it works, because I've wrapped hundreds of bellies. I have phenomenal results personally. I have hundreds of distributors on my team who have phenomenal results. Like, I know that this works because this is in my soul, and it's in my soul because I do things like this. I spend time with people that get results and that want to do better things with their life, and I get to events where I get to hear testimonies, and where I get to meet people, where I get to hear from Dr. Dawn. Like, this is a full package deal, you guys. Like, you show up to stuff like this, you stay connected with your team and your sponsor, you get to events, you talk to people, like you use your products, like it's everything in one, and you can't have success by just doing one thing or another. Does that make sense? Because you have to have this in your heart before you can share it with other people passionately. And when you can start sharing with other people passionately and confidently, that's when they're gonna want what you have. So I know that where not everybody is gonna want what I have, and not everybody's gonna want to join my team, that when somebody comes to me skeptical, those are my favorite people, because I love to turn skeptics into believers. Because the people that are skeptical that become believers are your best distributors, because they thought they knew and they were wrong. That's just like Jeree. She thought she knew. She thought she knew that this wrap was a scam and it was water loss, and she was a cosmetologist and she had the best skincare and blah, blah, blah. And she was wrong. Right? So, I don't know. Jamie, Tiffany, you guys have anything to share? I feel like I'm talking a lot. Sorry. Let me get off my soapbox for a minute.
The one thing that stood out to me when she was sharing was what she was speaking over herself.
Mm-hmm.
Automatically saying, I can't do it. I'm afraid of it. You know, you're automatically saying those things to you. When I first started, I didn't know what the heck I was doing. I went out blitzing people, and I had, you guys, this girl, this big girl, she didn't look too friendly, but I still blitzed her. And she's like, so you think I'm fat? And I was just like, oh, like I didn't know what to do. I was so scared. Like I was like afraid she was gonna beat me down, like scared. And I just smiled. I had no idea what I was doing. I just smiled like, no, just everybody wants it. And I'm like, and just kept smiling. But it didn't stop me. That actually happened to me twice. I went to a 1-2-1 mission in Richland, and that happened to me. I stopped to use the restroom, and I blitzed someone, and that girl, and she got upset with me. And then in my hometown, Virginia, I blitzed someone at Starbucks, and she said the same thing to me. And if I would have stopped there, that was within my first couple weeks in the business. You know, if I would let that scare me and not have continued one, I would never have met the people that I've met. I wouldn't have the amazing team that I have. I wouldn't, my husband and I wouldn't be where we are, you know, financially. We wouldn't have our ministry. You know, if I would have just let that crumble me and let that scare me, I wouldn't be where I am today, and I wouldn't have all these other people's lives that have come to that we've been able to help. That I've been able to help change with the business, you know. So that was just one thing that really, really stuck out, was the whole speaking it over yourself. You have to walk out there saying, "I can blitz. I can do this. You know, I can share." Because you walk out totally different. You carry yourself. When you speak it that way, when you speak it over yourself, you walk out of your house and you walk in and you just hold yourself differently, and it just radiates from you, and people see it, and they see your enthusiasm, and they see your joy, and they want it. They want what you have. They're attracted to you. Mm-hmm. So that's just what I share.
I had, if I had let what people thought about this business do anything to me, I wouldn't have even signed up. Because when I first heard about it, I was so excited. Like that next week or something, I went to MOPS, and these new people that I had met at church who I'd gotten fairly close to, because we had started a couples Bible study, and so I had been around them pretty often. I was so excited about it, and they all just looked at me and went, "What? Like that won't ever work." Like, you know, and I was like, "Oh, you know, like," but I was like, "But I would have used it. I'm so excited." I don't care what you think. So, and you know, to be completely honest too, you guys, I mean, I'm 4.5 years in this business. I'm a presidential diamond, and I still have a husband that doesn't 100% support me. And I don't even think I've told you this, Noelle. Like last week, he asked me, he's like, "So do you think that it works saying that they're just kind of like fizzling out? People are leaving?" And I was like, "No." I'm like, people are growing, people are promoting, people are joining. Like we've had more sales in 1 month than ever. Like we broke records this year. Definitely not fizzling out. I said, if anybody's fizzled out, it's me. Like I'm the only reason we haven't done better. It's all me. It's just me. And that kind of like put a little kick in my butt. I'm like, crap, I got to prove him wrong again. You guys, I have had to prove him wrong from the very beginning because, you know, he's like, yeah, sure, you can join another one of those silly things. So this was like, what, number 6 companies that I've been with? Which all the other ones were all just hobbies. You know, I never knew it was a business. But, you know, when I got to Diamond, he was the same way. He was like, good job. You got a $2,000 paycheck. Good job. You know, and, you know, so we're a work in progress for sure. But I just want you to realize that it doesn't matter really what rank you get to. There's still struggles and things that you have to overcome. And I'm still working on it. So
I think that's interesting that he said, do you think this It Works thing is fizzling out? Why do you guys think that people get into that mentality and start to think, this isn't really working anymore? Where do you think Josh has been all summer? Disconnected.
Right.
The further away from the fire you walk, the colder it's going to get, the lonelier it's going to get. And eventually you're just going to be gone. You're not even going to be able to look back and see it in the distance. That's a really scary place to be.
Well, and I've been there myself. I mean, when I was pregnant with Savannah and horrible pregnancy, and then after I had her and trying to figure out, you know, all this stuff, I had a really long 2 years with this 2-year-old who's allergic to everything and not a lot of sleep. And so it gets really difficult to stay connected. But when I, like Noelle said, when I disconnect and don't say, well, I've had a hard week, or I'm not that I had a hard week, I am having a hard week right now. Can you pray for me? Can you keep me in the loop with things? I'm having a hard time keeping up with stuff. Like, I need to do that instead of just disappear. Because I have disappeared. I've done it. I'm just like anybody else. I've done it. And it does make it hard. And I think it makes it hard too because you feel guilty for disconnecting. And so then you don't feel like you deserve to come back. But that's not true. That's a lie. You absolutely deserve to come back. So I absolutely deserve to come back every time I go away.
Even if you've been sitting on the sideline for a year, even if you have quit and canceled your distributorship, you always deserve to come back. Like, this opportunity is here right now. And it's not going to be like it is right now ever again. And your life is not going to get easier. Your life is not going to get less expensive. Your kids are going to keep growing. You're going to still want to travel. You're still going to want to give to those ministries. You're still going to want to be able to repair your car when it breaks. You know, like, the little things matter. I remember being so stressed out because the battery went out in my car and that was going to be $200 and we didn't have $200. That was grocery money. Where does that money come from? How many people could use an extra $200 to $300 a month? Pretty much every single person in America, every single person in the whole world, every single person in every country that we're open in. So if you're talking to somebody and they say, who was it? Let's go back up. This was really good. Somebody said this. Sarah said, I spoke to a lady that was about to be evicted, but she didn't believe in the business even after watching the opportunity video. That just kind of makes me laugh. Like, I'd be like, well, you don't believe in it, but you can't pay your bills. How's that working out for you? Like, I'm real honest with people, you guys. Like, if people are like, well, that doesn't work, that's a scam. Really? Did one of your best friends that's broke too tell you that? because I surround myself with people who are millionaires. Those are the people that I get to hang out with because I decided to do something that was a little unconventional. But it's actually not even unconventional anymore because the network marketing industry is a $600 billion a year industry. So it's not an unconventional thing. It's not a scam. It's not a pyramid scheme. It's a business. You treat it like a business and you're going to get paid. I'm sorry if you think it's a scam. It's a $600 billion industry. Would you like to join me? Because there's a lot of money to be had. Like, ask people that question. If you knew that you could franchise a McDonald's when they were just launching for like $100, would you have taken advantage of that? Sure you would have. If you knew what you know about McDonald's now, back then. But you didn't have the vision to catch on to that. So you just go ahead and sit there, and then in 50 years, it'll be $500,000 to franchise a McDonald's. Oh, guess what? You don't have that money because you're still broke. Because you didn't take advantage of an opportunity when you saw it. Like, guys, people just aren't financially smart. And so the cool thing about this business is that you get to grow your mind. And you can grow your mind by listening to people like Eric Worre and Tony Robbins and Stephen Covey and John Maxwell and Jim Rohn and Darren Hardy and all the people that we recommend all the time. And you get to figure out how to be mentally wealthy. And that's going to turn into financially wealthy. You get to figure out how to change people's lives with this $99 investment that you made, but only if you decide to actually share it with people because it's worth it. So anyway, we've been on here for over an hour. We're going to wrap it up, but I just wanted to see you guys and just, guys, October's going to be amazing. And I want you guys to start believing in yourself. Don't isolate yourself. Don't beat yourself up. Don't take a step back. When you feel like taking a step back, call your sponsor, take a step forward. Because that's how you're going to start to accomplish your goals. That's how you're going to get to where you need to be in this business. And decide every day that you're going to get up and you're going to work your business. Every day you're going to recommit. Every day, you're going to sign on that dotted line again. Here's my $99 commitment. I'm going to work this business. Every single day, you're going to get up. And every single day, you're going to get out of bed and you're going to say, my team is growing. I'm a loyal customer signing machine. I'm a distributor signing machine. People want to join my team. I am successful. I am wealthy. I am happy. I attract good people. I have good things coming into my life. And you're going to speak all of these things over yourself every single day. And your life is going to start to change because what you speak externally is going to start to be subconsciously a part of your brain anatomy. And like everything's going to start to change. And it might feel really weird at first, but everything's going to start to change. How you interact with people is going to change. Your business is going to change. You have to do it daily, and you have to start to believe what you're saying and then do the work to make those things happen. So thank you guys so much for hopping on tonight. And we will see you in the next week or two, depending on what's going on. So thanks, Jamie. Thanks, Tiffany, for being here. You guys are amazing. And we'll see you guys later. Bye.